Has it really been 2 months since I last did anything for this channel? You bet your ass it was. Hey, good to see you all again on this YouTube channel. 2 months since I last did a video after working with Internet Archive throughout last month. Yeah, I think it was due date, for me to come back. Now, do you guys remember this video that I did 6 years ago in 2018?
Magnavox CRT VCR TV combo. One of my first ever TV VCR combos I have ever owned in my collection.
That was my review of my Magnavox CRT VCR combo that I did way back in 2018, the age of 16. What you're seeing here is what I like to call a 4K 60 frames per second remaster 2024 edition. So yeah, I am remastering a video that I did 6 years ago with better quality, video, and understanding. So like the video said in 2018, this is my Magnavox VCR TV combo that I got on Christmas Day of 2018. It was a gift from my mother and of course the big old jolly man himself, Santa Claus. Looking at the back, it was manufactured in June 2004. Its model is MC132EMG17 and of course distributed by Philips Consumer Electronics, which I think will be under the Funai brand. And I know how people really hate that company for releasing really poor quality. But we're not here to talk about the company. You're here to see a remaster of this VCR. So if I remember how the story goes, I'm gonna try to give it into details. Growing up, I always loved old electronic stuff from the past, and being able to play games at their native quality. So as we know, I grew up with an HD TV throughout the 2010 decade. I never liked the stretch frames and the input lag. So I always wanted to get one of these babies. So for Christmas 2018, my mother and Santa Claus pulled through, got this baby off eBay, and bam, this has been in my house ever since. Now, of course, since it is a VCR combo, you're always going to want to put VHS tapes in there. However, I'm not going to put any tapes in here because the VCR portion of it has broken down. And I had explained it from a comment with Noah Harris from my 2019 version of Roly Poly Oly's Jingle Jangle Holiday opening, I believe. So you can check it out. But I will make a short video demonstrating this broken VCR portion of it. So you may be asking, how are we going to play videos? We're going to play them from my 2010 Samsung VCR DVD combo. And I have two VHS tapes that are going to help me out here. The 1999 and 2002 videos, More Barney songs, and SpongeBob SquarePants Sponge Buddies. Speaking of that, you can see these two over at Internet Archive. Alright, let's turn this baby on. Here we go. It always feels good, to turn on the VCR. So now I'm going to plug in the cables. I do apologize for the camera shaking in general, since I am holding this with my hand and it's not on a tripod or anything. So please excuse for the shaky quality. Alright, so we're going to turn it on. Let's start with More Barney songs first. Of course, if you guys grew up with my original channel, you may have noticed that in some of my videos I always do a Barney tape as a test subject. Well, that tradition continues with this. Any Barney fan should know that this comes from the Lyric Studios era of Barney. And in we go. Okay, so in terms of TVs, everybody likes to have them loud for some reason. I'm one of them included. This TV goes up to 60. Yeah, to 60. That is like the max volume for this, VCR. So right now the volume's is going to be at 27. It should be like a good audio to, not audio, volume to have it in, especially it is the daytime.
New from Lyric Studios.
All right, so if anybody is be noticing, because you may not see it a lot in the video, but for me, the picture quality on here is absolutely stunning, especially for an old TV released way back in the early 2000s. You may not see it on here, especially since you know this phone that I'm recording it on may have those wavy lines that goes up. You have seen it in a lot of my past videos with this phone, so results may vary. But overall, the picture quality is very fascinating and stunning. Not bad for this TV. Alright, so let's remove more Barney songs and let's get to VHS test subject number 2, which is SpongeBob SquarePants Sponge Buddies. And of course, I'm going to go a little bit off topic here. This year marks the 45th anniversary of Nickelodeon, just to let you guys know that. And of course, next month will be SpongeBob's 25th anniversary. Alright, so going back on the topic, in terms of what audio format this baby is using, if you look over here, you can see that there's one audio, I don't know what they call it, I think like a speaker on there. So that uses stereo. Yeah, now mostly I prefer hi-fi stereo. This is the one that only uses regular stereo. So you will only hear like one sound coming straight from here and not the other one. But what I should also point out is that I have seen videos on YouTube of really talented engineering people doing something called RGB modding. That's something I won't do with my CRT TVs, as I do not want to risk breaking it even further than what it is now with its broken VCR port. But yeah, you can see how really good it is. Let me bring up the volume more so you can hear this for a little bit.
Look at me. Sandy cheeks, shiver me timbers. You don't want to mess with that lassie.
Don't you dare take the name of Texas in vain. You go, Swirl.
I'm Squidward.
Okay, so we've done the VCR portion of the testing. I know we're going to want another round of testing, so you can have a CRT without some games. So if you recall from my original video in 2018, I used my Jack Specific Pac-Man plug and play from 2008 to play some games. Here's the original clip from back then.
Let's take Rally X, the new one, for example.
You can see like I had a lot of fun playing with this
Doesn't it look
plug and play
great,
back in the day.
And now I'm gonna make myself crash.
On purpose, more like.
Alright,
Alright, so that was what you saw, was a clip from 2018. So now what I'm using is my PlayStation 2. This is the same juggernaut that you haven't seen for a lot of these DVD openings. We're going to be using 2 games for this video. We're going to be using... Oh wait, I already said them. I'm on tongue twisting myself. So yeah, 2 games I'm going to be using. One you're going to see up here, and then another one. Now, of course, if you're not seeing the PS2 intro logo, that is because back in 2020, I modded my PS2 to have free McBoo. It was from a method that came out. So what you're seeing with these color changes and stuff, it's pretty much normal to do when you have a modded PS2. The game in question that you're seeing right now is Kingdom Hearts. Now, for anybody that has been around, may know that Kingdom Hearts is one of my favorite gaming series since I got into the series back in 2020. So, you guys will see it here for the first time ever. Alright, so let's load up my save file that I did back, I believe it was 2021. And here we go. It should load up. I'm sure anybody would have like memories playing this game way back in, 2002 or 2003, playing these type of games. So I do apologize if I'm gonna play it pretty badly, especially since I'm doing this with one hand. But I think so far I'm doing all right here. Yeah, it is kind of a little hard, to try to control Sora with just one hand. Especially since, I don't know, why did I just press the block button for some reason? When I just already killed enemies as a level 100 Sora. Alright, let me go to another world. Hopefully, you know, to get some better gameplay footage. I think I'll go to let's see, Olympus Coliseum. Because, you know, that's where they have those battle stuff there. So like that, I could give you guys more like better quality gameplay footage. And then after this, of course, like I said, we're gonna use another game that I have that I also grew up with throughout my time as a kid, which is what I'll show you. So far, I hope you guys enjoying this remaster review that I'm doing here. I mean, excuse me. I always wanted to do a remaster of some of my older videos, and this one is one of them. So you could expect some remastering of my older videos coming up throughout this year, especially since, you know, this is, like I said, this is a new era for this channel. As of course, the OG king himself, that's me, of course, who has entertained a lot of you guys since the 2010 decade into giving you quality programming. I mean, not quality programming, I'm not a TV, I mean video. Even I can mess myself up. Okay, so I just entered into, of course, Olympus Coliseum. Now this should where I could show you guys a little bit of gameplay before we gotta move on to the next game. Alright, here we go. It just feels oddly satisfying, you know, just to swing that keyblade. And I just feel my PS2 vibrate. Yes, Goofy. Not bad. Alright, so this next round I'll do, which is, of course, Ninth Seed. We'll just do this, and then we're just going to move on to the next game. So, man, I told you trying to play with just one hand is kind of hard to do. This is not what I usually do when I'm playing it with two hands, especially since if I'm doing like any speedrun methods. So trying to play with one hand, guys, it's kind of a little bit of a challenge to do. But it can be done if you know what you're doing. Alrighty. Okay, so that was a bit of gameplay from, of course, from one of my favorite childhood series, Kingdom Hearts. So let's do another game, and I think I might as well show you Sonic Riders, one of my favorite Sonic racing games, which is a spin-off, which if anybody wants to know, released in 2006, early 2006, which was of course to celebrate Sonic's 15th birthday. Now, of course, I'm sure anybody has also, you know, grew up with that game as well, and it's considered, you know, like a classic now, especially with its opening intro and trying to play it. So I could expect, you know, myself to suck a little bit because, you know, like I said, I am playing with just one hand instead of two hands, like most of these like racing games would do. As for Sonic Riders, I know this was, like I said, this was like another video game that I grew up with many times as a kid, and most recent would be like last week that I got back into playing this game, especially since, you know, I heard so many like I think I heard there's like a modding community out there that has modded this game, but it's mostly for the GameCube version, which is called Sonic Riders DX and Sonic Riders Tournament Edition. You can check out YouTube videos about it. I have looked at it and they are really swell. I even downloaded it via the Dolphin emulator and I have tried it out, and boy, I was having a blast.
Bring it on.
Now, I have played Sonic Riders before, so this is this is not my childhood save file. I lost in my childhood save file. So this is like the save file that I created, I think, last week, if I remember. Now, to tell you guys the truth, this feels oddly satisfying, you know, to try to go back to play some of these games. Especially, you know, for those that have grown up with their games before and just, you know, wants to check out a piece of their past. I'm one of them, because, you know, I'm always on that nostalgia train sometimes. And I have said it before, like, growing up back in the days was a good time. And I also messed up that jump. So I don't know. I was supposed to press the X button, and I accidentally pressed the circle button. And I also fell off the track, so yeah. I told you it's kind of hard to play with just one hand. It's like a learning curve. Like you gotta really go at it. Alrighty, so we already made it through our life. So okay, so let me pause here and shut this TV off. So yeah, in terms of that's all I wanted to do, like this remaster of an old video that I did from 2018. Now, of course, I forgot how tall is this TV, but it is really nice. And like I said in the original video, this is a total recommendation picking up. But we do know that CRT TVs are really expensive to get off eBay, so trying to find at a very cheap price is going to be a pain to do. And like I said, I'm going to make another video one day, maybe a short video showing off the VCR portion, which is broken, because I know a lot of people wanted to know what happened. And as for the year it broke down, I think it was either 2020 or 2021. I can't really remember. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this little video sketch I wanted to do from way back in 2018 into what I'm doing now. So if you want to see more from me, all you just gotta do is subscribe and that notification bell. Come visit me on my social media platforms. Most of all, don't forget to like, comment, and share. It's optional, but it's gonna help and support this channel. Also, with this channel not getting new subs, we are trying to get to 10K subs to make my 19-year-old self's dream come true. Anyway, that's all for me. This video is long than the original, so time for me to get going. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have yourselves a good day.